Morning, 8:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, October 27th, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan, even though it's very cold out. It's only 34 degrees this morning. A few things I want to go over. I want to go over this SEC takes no position on two motions in support of Ripple and XRP lawsuit. We'll also go over will XRP holders see 176% rally this time after golden cross formation. And then the third and finally, the final piece that I want to share, the SEC is treating Ripple like a Ponzi schemer, not a shaper of money's future. So I want to go over those. We'll discuss that a little bit, and then we're also going to go into the charts. We're going to check out how the morning numbers are looking pre-open on the Dow, and yada, yada, yada. But first, the intro. So welcome back, everybody. Make sure to hit that like button. That's the most important thing you can do, is we've been lacking on the likes, and it's a little frustrating, but I like to get at least 100 likes per video. It helps me through the analytics, so do your part. Hit that motherfucking like button. It's that simple. So I want to go through this real quick. The SEC is treating Ripple like a Ponzi schemer, not a shaper of money's future. The Securities and Exchange Commission SEC case against Ripple, the largest case it has brought against a defendant working in the crypto industry to date, has been heating up this month with a series of summary motions and some big discovery loss for the SEC. The SEC alleges in that case that one test for security required to register with the SEC, contained in the 1946 Supreme Court case SEC v. Howey, applies to the XRP token that is used by Ripple. The SEC should admit the secret it isn't saying out loud to the court and everyone watching the case. The test used in SEC v. Howey is typically used by the SEC to sue hucksters, Ponzi schemers, and other con men who sell fake securities. The Howey test is a way to stop them, not a means to facilitate registration with the SEC. The Howey test is usually a cudgel to fight frauds that can't register, but it usually hasn't mattered because the underlying project is a scam and a fraud, something not alleged or contemplated in the SEC's case against Ripple. Crypto projects are unlike traditional companies. There is no centralized board of directors or company or bank or underwriter in the middle intermediating capital. The state of technology has evolved such that a disaggregated group of individuals can design and deploy computer code that takes over all of these functions. That's not to say that regulated financial intermediaries won't still be involved over the next 10 or 20 years as financial markets evolve towards a decentralized crypto future, because they will. That transition will take time. Meanwhile, the SEC's rules need to rationally evolve. The SEC could respond to many calls for reasonable reshaping of rules like the token safe harbor for crypto projects proposed by Commissioner Hester Pierce, or it could also use its exemptive authority. But Chairman Gensler's repeated exhortation to come in and talk to us about registering your tokens without defining what that means is not rulemaking. So that's just a little bit I wanted to share with this. Because the SEC is treating Ripple very poorly, and they're treating as if the XRP token is a big Ponzi scheme, which we can clearly see it's not, and it's a way to move money across all financial sectors in a digital environment. Now I want to go over this real quick because this will tie into the charts. Will XRP holders see 176% rally this time after golden cross formation? So Ripple's move against... Okay, so the Ripple move against SEC continues to create headlines irrespective of the outcome. XRP holders haven't stopped supporting the altcoin. Ripple's native token XRP immensely suffered amidst the ongoing trial that began in December 2020, but it looks like XRP has finally found its ground, as holders of late have showcased massive determination and strength. Reportedly, troubled XRP showcased its first golden cross in 15 months, which was regarded as a bull market indicator by renowned analysts. Indeed, when an asset's short-term moving average crosses above its long-term moving average, it's a good signal for its price. Golden crosses are a potential indicator for major price rallies. XRP's 50-day moving average surpassed the asset's 200-day moving average, forming a bullish golden cross pattern. Its relative strength index, RSI, and moving averages converged Convergence, divergence, MACD indicators were also supporting the buyers at press time. The golden cross has appeared a few times on XRP's charts in the past. Its last occurrence was on July 17, 2021, which was followed by a 176% price rally later, with XRP topping out at $1.41 before reversing course to the downside. The latest development has injected a fresh demand for XRP, and Ripple didn't fail to deliver. Fiat Leak, a platform to track inflow, outflow of money, and the cryptocurrency shed some light on this matter. And Ripple shoveled 100 million XRP as investors frantically grabbed XRP-oriented products. Ripple shovels 100 million, blah, blah, blah. XRP-oriented funds experienced huge inflows ahead of SEC versus Ripple outcome. So, and then I like these. This is just the little flow. So you can see the little flow book. We can see there's no inflows really coming into the USA, but multiple parts around the world. A lot of inflows happening. So that's always good to see. You got a little bit coming into the US, but not much. Not much. A lot more going in across the world, but there's still some coming in. In addition to this, cryptocurrency investment products offering investors exposure to XRP saw significant inflows. As per CoinShares report, XRP-focused investment products saw $800,000 of inflows last week. This amount represented the largest since the lawsuit with the SEC began. Meanwhile, trader sentiment of late has turned positive. Consequently, a rebound is expected in Q4 for XRP. What's the worry then? XRP remains in a vulnerable state whatsoever. Even now, XRP remains under the 50-cent mark on the price chart. Also, despite Ripple's enthusiastic attempts to facilitate partnerships and collaborations, XRP still has a long way to go. Notably, Ripple's daily active addresses have witnessed a decline over the past month, thus implying that users on Ripple Network were passive in terms of activity. Another metric to indicate that declining activity was Ripple's velocity. Traders, therefore, should be very careful before making any moves. Now let's take a look at the charts real quick. The DXY is up to 110.333, up 0.58% or 63 cents. The U.S. 10-year yield, government bonds, is up 0.37% or 1.5 basis points to 4.022. This morning, gold is down $5.10 an ounce or 0.32% to 16.5891. Mining stocks might take a small setback today, couple percent. We've got silver down 0.35% or just over 7.5 cents to 19.50. Copper's down 0.40% to 3.524 per pound, off by 1.5 cents. And the total crypto market cap is up 0.2% to 961 billion. So let's just start right there. Total crypto market cap is going to try to come down and hold its first support level of 940 billion. This is a bullish cup and handle formation, or at least I feel like that's what I'm looking at. We came around, came up. Now we should put this handle in right on this support, and then that should allow us to finish out the farther cup and handle up here. So that is what I'm going to be looking at right now. Unless we break down the 940.48 billion and work our way back down to 892 billion, I believe we're probably going to come up to the 1.02 as long as we put a bullish handle on the 900.484 billion on the total crypto market cap. And if that happens, all of crypto is going to be bullish still. Now we can take a look at Tether. It's still maintaining its power on 1-to-1 with the USD, so nothing to see here. And then Bitcoin is sitting at 20,726, up 0.21 or down 0.21% or 45 bucks at 20,723. Bitcoin so far has got rejected by the 20,955 resistance. We held 20,116, also got up to 20,955, but if you look at the other Bitcoin chart, we're trying to hold the 20,413 support. So we're between the 20,413 support, 20,993 or 955 resistance, and then if we break back above this, we should get to 22,000. Top of this pattern, it could be 24.5K, but 22,000 looks like it needs to be hit. And then if we break that, then we'll be on the top to the top part of this target at about 24,922. So that's what we're looking at Bitcoin right now. And anything less than Bitcoin coming back down to 19,249 and breaking that uptrend and this pattern formation, this is bullish back to the top. And that's about 22K. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. Now let's get into the XRP chart. XRP, if we look at the USD chart, we finally broke over this key pivot level, and we're using the pivot level today as support. Yesterday and the few days before, we used it as resistance. So this is the sign that we're about to break out. As long as we hold this 4684 with XRP, we're looking pretty bullish here this morning. And the next move up, if we look at the perpetual futures chart, it will be, I mean, here's the uptrending support, but ultimately that's up at almost 52 cents. It's up at 51.81, and that's where we're going to look to push if we do break out. Right now, this is my fourth chart, but this is showing the pattern is coming to a resistance. I mean, we're at a resistance level right now. This is a major pivot level, this 46.85. I know we're above it right now, but it is such a pivot level. That's why I have it on so many different charts. Which one do I want? The USDT is a good one as well, but it's kind of in the middle of all of the patterns, so it's not going to help us at all. We're right up on the resistance on that USD chart. The perpetual futures chart, you can see we've held that support, and we're trying to make our way back to the return rally. And then if we go to the XRP USD Ripple chart on Binance, you can see how we've held this breakout of the ascending triangle. Now we're trying to push up farther at 52.48. That's what we're going to be looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen, on XRP. So jot down, watch this twice if you have to, but that's what's going on. If you want to know more, join Tom's Army. You can talk to me in the Telegram personally. XLM, we're on the top of this breakout, 11.27. We're being rejected. We got rejected, and we're squeezed right now in this inside-out wedge. It looks like after a breakout attempt at 11.57, we got rejected. Came back down to the support at 11.27 and held. So now if we can break out of here, we'll have 11.71, and then ultimately we're trying to go up to 12.2 is what I think with XLM. DGV, over that 8.75, finally that support resistance line. And actually, it's easier to see on my USDT chart. I talked about how we had to come to this level, and we finally have. At the 912, we hit, got rejected initially, came back down below the 907 to try to hold some support here on the 20-day. And if we can break out of here, get on top of the 912, our next target for DGB is going to be up at about 989. This is a target that I've been talking about for a week, that I kept saying if I could have futures traded this on any platform, I would have, but it's just not available in many places. So that's what I'm seeing with XRP, XLM, DGB. We looked at the DXY. We also looked at Bitcoin. We looked at the 10-year yield, looked at some commodities, the prices of precious metals, and yada, yada, yada. Now, before we read that last article, if you want to join me and trade XRP like I do, there's a couple options.
Are you
So you can join me on MEXC. Yeah.
wearing enough?
So you can join me on MEXC. Buy XRP in the USA, no VPN, no spot fees, no KYC. A few people have joined me there. I'm trying to get the futures trading approved, but I need more people to join me under my link. And that's how they do it. They do it based on how many people are following you. Unlike on BitGot, they automatically approved you. So you don't have to worry about being blocked by your IP address in the USA. On MEXC, there's 200x leverage, and I've already traded IOTA and HBAR successfully on the futures, and it's been very fun. If you're a fan of IOTA, you definitely need to download MEXC. Not very many places to buy IOTA. You can buy it there, futures trade it, and spot trade it. And if you're on BitGet, I do have the copy trading if it'll go through, but IP addresses are banned from futures trading, and it might be difficult to just buy it in spot now. But if you're already part of BitGet, I suggest staying there because it's a very easy platform, no spot fees, and you can send your stuff off the platform. And then UPHOLD's my most trusted. It's just the spot fees are a lot higher, but it all goes hand in hand. There's links to all three of those exchanges. And then if you want to join Tom's Army, it's right there on the bottom. You get the exclusive content, you get the emoji badges, you get the exclusive Telegram. There's 4 separate Telegrams that come with it, and yada, yada, yada. So that's how you support me. And now I want to finish out by just reading this XRP lawsuit. So SEC takes no position on 2 motions in support of Ripple and XRP lawsuit. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is not taking a position on 2 motions submitted by nonprofit organizations, Investor Choice Advocates Network, and crypto wallet provider Spend the Bits, which seek to weigh in on the lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple Labs, Inc. The SEC wrote in a document filed on Wednesday that if Either of the two motions is granted, the SEC request to be able to respond as part of its reply brief in support of its motion for summary judgment. Earlier this month, the Investor Choice Advocates Network and Spend the Bits filed motions to submit an amicus curiae brief, typically submitted by an individual or organization that is not a party to a case but intended to influence the court's decision. In December 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple and its executives, alleging the sale of XRP constituted an offering of unregistered securities worth over $1.38 billion US dollars. The SEC last week filed a legal rebuttal to Ripple's motion for summary judgment. Also last week, Ripple's general counsel, Stuart Elderody, said the SEC has handed over internal documents to Ripple containing comments by former SEC Corporation Finance Division Director William Hinman on cryptocurrencies, which has been a major point of contention in the lawsuit. So that is the last thing I wanted to read you. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification to all, and subscribe and join the more than 14,400 other people that are joining the show. Hashtag be better, do better.